Hi.
Hi, Annie. How are you? Hi,
I'm
everybody.
good. Did you see our video? It did sevens, eights, then nines. It
Yeah.
wasn't all over the place. It fixed
No,
itself.
no, I fixed it.
I thought it was the angels.
No, it wasn't. Unfortunately, no magic this time. I'm not Gail. I can just.
Hi, Elijah. Good morning,
Totally.
wherever you are. It's evening here. So good
Yes.
morning, good evening. Hi,
Yes.
Shelley. Hi, Gail. Hi, Finona. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Colleen. Hi, Wendy. Did you have a good holiday? I hope you did. You can come for coffee this week. Hi, Isabella. Hi,
So
Esther.
nice to see everyone jumping in.
Hi, Fee. Hello, Myrtle. Then it's me. Hello, me.
Hey, Shelley.
Hi, Nate.
So,
Woohoo.
so tonight is the last in our angel numbers series, sevens, eights, and nines.
Tis.
I love seven, eights, and nines.
Yeah. Yeah. They're all right. I like nine.
And he's
Yes.
being cagey.
Well, in numerology, um, nines are glorious, but eights in numerology, you'll find out they're a bit tricky. They're tricksy,
Ah,
tricksy.
yes. Well, yes. Eights, yes. Give me back and forth. Yeah.
Ooh, it's Mr. Michael. Ooh, the next one. Hail to the Nates.
That's it. Ah, okay. Well, we've got a lot of people with us already, which is great. And as you know, we like to just go through a breathing technique and a short meditation and just connect everyone's energy together before we start the night and get in that night space so that we're open to receiving and understanding and sharing in everything we're talking about. So I'm going to take everyone through that tonight. So if you'd like to just sit so that you're comfortable and that you have your feet flat on the floor. And when you are ready, close your eyes. Focus on your breathing. Don't try to force it in any way. Just let it come and go naturally. Be aware of your feet on the floor and the feel of the chair beneath you. Now, with each in-breath, feel your breath going to the base of your lungs first, filling upward. And with each out-breath, release from the base of your lungs first. Let go and relax. Breathe in. Feel the air cleansing and energizing you. Breathe out. Release any strains or tensions. Now, in your mind's eye, picture, if you will, a candle. The flame is burning brightly. Focus your attention on the flame. As you do this, you'll see the glow surrounding the flame expand. See a white and then golden glow. Allow yourself to connect with this energy. The glow is getting larger and brighter, and the luminescence is extending out toward you. Now, with each in-breath, allow yourself to breathe in this beautiful luminescent energy. And with each out-breath, you are releasing any tensions or strains within you. And relax. Breathe in, and the golden luminescent glow is balancing and calming. Breathe out. Allow all tensions to drop away. When you come back from this breathing technique, you will retain the energy within you. And this energy will remain with you to align you with the universe for the days ahead. Breathe in, allow the luminous energy to fill you. Breathe out, relax. Bring your awareness back to your feet on the floor and the feel of the chair beneath you. Bring your awareness back to the space that you are sitting in. Feel the energy staying within you. Take a deep breath and another. And when you are ready, you may open your eyes.
Kerrie, before you started anything tonight, and I didn't have a clue what you were going to do. You didn't have a clue what you were going to do
I didn't
either.
know. I was laughing because I didn't have a clue either.
But before you started, I lit a candle. And there
Well,
it
there you
is.
go. There it is. There's the luminous glow.
And when you were talking, it was going everywhere. It was just all over the place.
Well, that's interesting, Annie, because I was going to do something a little bit different to that. But as soon as I started going through the breathing technique, all I could see in front of me was a beautiful candle and that glow. And I went, oh, my guides are telling me I need to focus on that luminous. Yeah.
You guys must be in my house.
You sort of go, who's the sender and who's the receiver? We will never know.
Oh my. Hi, Liz.
Always, Gail, the synchronicity.
Oh, Tennessee.
Hi, Elijah from Tennessee. Wow, thank you for joining us.
Oh, that's
And
exciting.
Elijah's been here before, so that's nice. Welcome back.
He has. He's been here quite a few times.
Yeah.
So let's talk about sevens and eights and ninesies.
Let's do that. So would you like me to start and go through the angel meaning and then you go on with the numerology? Same format that we've been doing? Okay. Yeah. Sevens. Now, it's not really a coincidence that a lot of people choose 7 as a lucky number, because the symbolism for 7 is around luck, actually. But it also has other meanings that are associated with it. So for me, and how I work with my angels and guides, when they're giving me the number 7, I see it as that. Actually, before I start, I just want to remind everybody that when you think about angel numbers, there can be multiple meanings, which is why I'm going to go into a couple of tacks with these. Please think about where you are and what's happening at the time that you're seeing these angel numbers come through and you're seeing those repetitive numbers, because if you pay close attention and try and think about what have my thoughts been, or what have I been doing recently, or what questions have I been asking for answers for, because chances are that they're signaling to you that they've heard what you're asking for and they're trying to give you a response to that. So you need to take it in context of that as well, because the meanings can be different depending on the circumstances. So I hope I've explained that okay. Okay, so the angel number 7 is the number of luck, but also of spiritual abundance and alignment and spirituality. So when your angels start sending you this particular message, it means that good luck and opportunities are waiting there for you, you know, like they're just around the corner. And they're asking you to keep that energy in a positive space to allow that to come in. So they're encouraging you to stay aligned in that spiritual energy, as this will keep the luck and the opportunities flowing to you at that particular time. So the more that you see 7s, they're encouraging you to be open to receive, and that they want you to have faith in that luck coming in as well, and that spiritual alignment, or your energy that's resonating at that time, trust that it's in that right level for law of attraction to actually work. So it's actually reminding you of law of attraction as well, when you start seeing 7s. So 7s are also a way for the angels to say to you, hey, you're winning in life right now, right? Things are going well for you. You seem to be on a flow and a roll, right? So also don't forget to appreciate the moment and be in that moment, you know, and appreciate the luck that's around you, because they're saying in doing that and appreciating it and filling yourself with that emotion and that energy then aligns you with the right energy for more things to come in. So again, you see the linkage there to sort of law of attraction and the 7s, but it's also a highly spiritual number. And it means alignment and connection. So you can see it with that connection with the energy and the luck coming in, you know, an opportunity coming in. But they're also saying to you, keep your heart and keep your mind open. Because in doing that, you're removing any resistance that you might have from allowing that energy flow of good luck and opportunity to come in for you. So that's how I perceive when I get 7s from the angels. Annie.
Okay, so 7s in numerology are around trust, and they're also around remembering, because if you have the ruling number 7, you usually can recognize you have spiritual gifts from a very, very young age. And then life gets in the way and it stuffs things up, or you get too busy, or it gets knocked out of you. So when you start seeing all these 7s, this is around remembering what it felt like when you had all these, because we've all got these gifts, we just forget them. So it's about remembering that these gifts have always been there. And then it's about trusting yourself to actually use them. And that's what 7s are around in numerology. It's also, if you do this unconsciously, because when you meet people, it's either, I want to be your new best friend, you know, you're in red, I'm in red, let's be friends. Or you're a girl, I'm a girl, let's be
That's
friends.
your favorite colour. That's my favorite colour. We're besties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no rhyme or reason to that.
No.
But we also do it with people where you just think, back away from that energy. And that's that instinct stuff.
Yeah.
And we do
Yeah.
that automatically, and we trust that. If there's somebody who's, you know, you don't feel is the right person for you to connect with, you'll back away from that train wreck.
Mm.
But sevens in numerology are definitely about remembering that these gifts have always been there, and it's not sort of special or, you know, airy fairy. It's there. It's your sixth sense. The other five are pretty boring. You know, we can all
Yeah.
smell taste, that stuff. But this is the sixth sense that gets knocked out of you. And my favorite color is glitter as well.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Your bestie, see?
Check this out. Everything I own is covered in glitter. I modeled myself on a 2-bit hooker from Tennessee. So that's what seven is all about in numerology. Do you want me to go first with the eights?
Yeah, go for it.
Eights. Eights are karmic numbers. That's what eights are in numerology. And interestingly enough, in tarot, the eights are the numbers where you reap what you sow, or you reap what you have sown. So eights are all about abundance. It's all about, it's like, you know, the harvest has come in. You've put in all the hard work, you've put in all the effort. And the 888 is, well, it's all going to come together now for me, and it's all going to build for me, and everything's going to be glorious and lovely and tickety boo. But that depends on what you've put out.
Correct.
Because
Yeah.
the eights are, they reflect back what you've given out, which is why it's so important to treat other people the way you want to be treated, and to treat yourself the way you would like to be treated, because that's something we forget, that you're so busy looking after everybody else or doing stuff for everybody else or whinging and complaining and being grumpy and dissing people that you forget all this stuff. So eights are karmic, and that's
Yes.
when, if you've put out all this wonderful stuff, and it's like you start to feel, well, when is it my turn? And when you start to see these eights, it's finally your turn, and stuff is going to come back to you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Annie, and very, very much so with the angelic meaning of that as well. So, for me, when the angels start bringing in eights, it's about the balance. And if you think about what an eight looks like, if you were to turn that on the side, it's that infinity symbol, right? And that is the whole circle of life, the energy that comes in and flows out. So again, the angels are signaling to you that there is going to be things coming into your life that are in direct proportion to the level of effort that you have previously put in. So if I was to take an angelic approach to this, it can be a sign to you to be aware of what's actually going on, or what you're doing that may have a karmic effect on yourself and others. So it could be used in that way. But what I mostly see with the eights when it's an angelic communication with the 888 is that they're communicating to you that abundance in all things will soon be yours. That you're very close to making something finally happen, and you've reached a certain point in your life where you have accomplished more than usual. So you can now see the momentum moving forward. It can also signify that some things are about to end, but some things are also about to begin, because that's part of that karmic cycle of things going through. That there's new opportunities waiting to be discovered, or new journeys to be taken. But this is an increase in abundance, and it doesn't show any signs of stopping at the moment, because you've got that 888. So you got it coming in 3 times over when you see that. So you think of what Annie said, numerology with the 8, when you do the 888, triple it, right? Because it'll come back 3 times over. So when you see it as an angel number 888, you need to trust and believe that everything is going to work out, go with what your gut is telling you and work very hard to achieve all that you've set out to do. Keep that focus. As long as your intent is good, right? Because remember, whatever that intent is what's going to come back when you start seeing eights. So act upon that, because you can tap into your wealth and talents at that time, and be inspired by that number, because your angels at that time can be working with you to either sort out something karmically so that you can release that karma, or it's going to lead you into an area of abundance. But it's now time to go big on ideas, because opportunities can open for you. But it's also saying everything that you have put in, all the hard work and effort that you have put into something, is now going to come to fruition. So and the angels can't wait to see you successful. They want this for you, so they're going to be right alongside you, guiding you, and they want to see the reward for your efforts that you're putting in. So it's quite a powerful number, because it is a karmic number and a number of balance. So it is powerful in that it can clear some of that. But, it also indicates, abundance, wealth and love can be coming your way. So if that's been your previous intent, then the angels are saying to you, hey, we've heard you, and all these great things are about to come back in.
What I said before that, though, Nate asked if it has a roll-on effect, and the trust leading to the abundance. There's also this thing about faith, because that's really, really important. You can see all these numbers and think, oh, look, lots of this and lots of that and lots of the other. And then it's about having faith that, if you don't believe that this is real, that you've got to see it to believe it. Well, with spirituality, it's actually the other way around. You've got to believe it before you can see it, because a lot of the stuff that we work with and do is not tangible.
Correct.
Do you know what I mean? It's really, for want of a better word, airy-fairy, but if you believe it, you'll see it. So that faith, and it's faith in the fact that the universe has enough everything for everybody.
Right.
And again, you say this all the time. You say this all the time about don't focus on the lack, because that's what you attract. So if you see all these eights and you think, well, nothing good's going to come to me, it's not going to. It just won't.
Absolutely.
Because you have faith and you don't have the belief.
And I think underlying, whatever the angel number is, or whatever the repetitive numbers that you are seeing, they come through because they want you to align with the energy of that number, right? And what it means for you, and actually have put intent into whatever that message is, because that's their spiritual guidance for you. It's a way for them to give you spiritual guidance for your own growth. So that's important, I think, not just with the eights, Annie, but every angel number.
Yeah. I'm back to Nate here. He's got up here, I'm a believer. I not only believe it, I live it. With this stuff, with all of this stuff that we all do, it's about, Kerrie calls it intent. Whatever it is you do, you can't be an airy-fairy spiritual person and then be a shit. You can't do that. It doesn't work. You know what I mean? Nate says he lives it. And, like if you look at Nate, he just shines like a diamond, because he truly lives it. And people get attracted to him. They get attracted to that energy. And there's a whole lot of people on here. And I know some of you, but you all are resonating with that same energy. But you've got to walk your talk. That is so important. You've got to walk your talk. You can't just say, oh, I'm spiritual and airy-fairy, and then just be an arsehole.
No. Just out of interest, when we talk about belief and faith, Annie, and I suppose this is a little bit off, but it goes with intent, right? And that belief thing, and trust belief, is how many people, just in chat, if you can give me a yes or no or a thumbs up, when you're going somewhere that you know is going to be difficult to get a car parking spot, and we just discussed this with my brother earlier this afternoon, how many people ask the fairies or the parking fairies or the parking angels to help them organise a parking spot and just know that they're going to sort it out, and then bang, the parking spot's there for you? Can I just see in chat how many people actually do that and get it? Yep,
Yeah,
Fiona, Shelley. Yeah. Okay, so now I want to point out, you know why it happens every single time for you? Because you don't question it. You just know it's going to happen. So you've already put the energy out there. You've already aligned with it. And the universe then works with you, and there you are. Okay, so stop with limiting beliefs, people. Stop with limiting beliefs, right? If you can do it with a car parking spot, you can do it with everything else. So,
it's
you know,
true. It's
there you go.
absolutely true. Yeah,
So thank you,
Mother
my
Lee,
darling brother, that brought that topic up today, or triggered that thought in me, because it works perfectly now with this conversation too. Thanks, Les. I think he's in here.
With this faith stuff, a lot of people struggle with this faith. And faith is not around a deity or a name of a something. Faith is faith in the universe. Now, universe is a big word because it's all encompassing. So for you, it might be faith in Buddha, faith in Allah, faith in God, faith in Jesus, faith in, I don't care what you've got faith in. It doesn't matter what you call it. And it doesn't matter if you know, like if you grew up Catholic or Protestant or Jewish or whatever the hell it is, as long as you are a good person and do the best you possibly can, that's all that matters. So again, it's that walk your talk. Don't just, pretend. You can't do that. You have to walk your talk. I asked the baby Jesus for a parking space. Oh, Shelley, I've got a lady who's now passed away. She passed away about 20 years ago. Gave me this beautiful, she was Dutch, and she gave me this beautiful porcelain nativity set. And last year, I lost the baby Jesus. And he was in a wee cradle, and I lost him. This year, I've lost Mary and the baby Jesus. So I've got 3 wise men, Joseph and a shepherd, and 2 sheep. God knows. The baby Jesus has popped off somewhere. He's going to look for him because I lost him the year before. I'm going to have to buy a new Poor porcelain baby. He's disappeared.
And that's awesome. Like you can see how many people said, "Oh yeah, we do that," and yes, it works. It does. Yeah. So let's not limit ourselves in our beliefs in what we're doing. And I also saw someone commented their birthday 7/8/70. Okay, so you could add those numbers together and take it down to your smallest number if you want to look at life cycle number. But looking at the 7/8/7, wow, powerful, because it's the spirituality coming in, right? It's clearing of karmic cycles and also helping others in clearing karmic cycles and bringing that spiritual back in. Annie, sorry, did you want to say something?
Yeah, Claudia, you're 5. So 5s are all about you would rather do anything than die of boredom. 5s are massive risk takers. 5s are high energy. 5s are a lot of fun. 5s, I was married to a 5 at one point, and I sent him for bread and milk one day, and he came back 3 weeks later without the bread and milk because he'd got a better offer while he was out. So that the 5s are really adventurous and exciting and all that kind of stuff. 5s are really high energy. We're not in England, we're in Australia.
Australia, yeah. And something else too is now I just read a comment about I don't ask enough. Ray says he believes he just doesn't ask enough, but he does trust. You know what? Ask out loud, right? That really, really works. Like say it out loud, because the sound of it, right? The resonance of the sound of the words has an energy, and you're putting that energy out there. So don't just think about it in your head. Use the sound of the words and the energy to resonate it and put the energy out there. So say it out loud. Say it out loud. We should do nines, I guess, Annie, because we're now going as we do. Did you want to start with the nines?
Yeah, nines are about endings and new beginnings. And I think that's the same with the angel numbers. In numerology, the nines are a sign that you're kind of maturing. And it's when you hit the nines, material things don't matter as much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And nines are about a chapter ending, and it's a new beginning. So in numerology, everybody who was born in 19 whatever it was has a 9 in their charts, and nines are very altruistic. They're givers. Um, they're the ones who want to help people and be there. What's really interesting is our next generation of the 20s. Their numbers are troublesome in terms of communication skills, and it's very, very interesting what's happening with the numbers now. Uh, it's a whole different ball game in terms of numerology. I find it fascinating. But nines are about completion. So it could be a completion of a project. It could be a completion of a cycle of your life. It could be about changes about to happen. So that's,
Yeah.
and what we've got on at the moment is we've got 22 people on one thing and 11 on the other. So we've got 2, 2, 1, 1.
There you go. Yeah, you're right, Annie. So angel numbers as well, it's the angels definitely signifying that it's the end of a cycle and it's a completion of something. So it can also indicate, well, you've achieved this now, you've completed that, you're ready to move on to the next great thing. But it also indicates from the angels that they are asking you to recognize that you are now working harmoniously with physical, emotional, and mental. So that's the maturity that Annie was just talking about. So it's very much recognizing that as well. And that you're leaving some of those old thought patterns or old limiting behaviors behind at that point. But they also want you to say, look forward with excitement when you're getting nines, right? Because look forward with excitement, anticipation of the new coming in. Because while something is a completion and an ending, it also means a new beginning, and something else that's coming in. So it's also exciting with that as well. So if you're willing to embrace this, this higher and more enlightened aspect of your being at this point, and you're willing to work with understanding and recognizing the alignment of those energies, you'll end up more focused in your life around doing things that help others as well, right? Because it's very much a giving number, and that's lifting people up or teaching people things from your wisdom, from the things that you've learned. And you can see the big picture at this point as well. So you're really good at mediating and seeing things from different points of view. So your angels want you to know that you are really blessed with goodness and love and gentleness and mercy and self-discipline and faith and peace. It's like you've got it all together when you start seeing all the nines coming in. And they're saying, don't waste it. Don't waste it, because this is your time to share that with others, help them on their spiritual journey, help them on their journey of self-discovery, even if it's not a spiritual path at that time, because you've got so much to give. It can also indicate that you're a visionary at that point. You may actually see even a bigger picture than the bigger picture, right? Because you can really see how the interconnectedness of everything. And so you're being guided by the angels to do that, to see the connectedness and to see the bigger picture, so that you can give back and that you're really living your life. And they're saying, acknowledge that you're now living your life based on trust, faith, and love. That's what's really coming through, and it's a message. And that the gap between your earthly self and your higher self or your spiritual self has lessened, like you're working in combination. So it really does symbolize that universal love. So if you keep seeing nines, it's an indication, let go of the old, because that's a completed cycle, and look back and go, yeah, that was good. Acknowledge your achievements and what you've achieved through that. Be open to the new and connect with those energies of bringing yourself harmoniously together, because that's the point that you are now at. Look forward to the future. There you go. Angel meaning of nines.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of people in there trying to work out what the numbers are.
Ah.
So I just add up all the numbers of your date of birth. So next year I'll do a session on numerology, and I'll explain to you what all the different numbers mean. And it will only be your ruling number. There's a million things around numerology. You've got arrows of your birth chart, and you've got a soul urge number, and you've got an inner number. I do charts on numerology, and I do compatibility profiles, so that you know why your partner is being an arsehole and behaving the way they are, and how to manage them. That's what that's all about. And that's because you just don't understand each other's means of communication, or you're not in alignment,
Yeah.
So yeah. But we'll do that. We'll have a go at numerology. It's good fun. I love it. It's great fun. It takes a long time to put your charts together, because you've also got pinnacles, and your pinnacles. Oh, thank you, Nate. Your pinnacles show when the changes happen, and how what's happened in your childhood influences what happens as you move on and get older. So yeah, it's one of my research subjects.
Yeah.
I really like it. It's good fun.
Yeah, it's good. Look, numbers are amazing how they work, like it's
Unless it's math.
Yeah.
I don't
Involved in so much. Well, there you go. Yeah, okay. Well, definitely we can go into that next year, because it is really interesting, like even a year number versus a life cycle number, and how those two numbers interact with each other. It's really actually interesting.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to read people's comments.
I know, we're reading comments.
Well,
sorry, guys.
as well. Yeah, I'm just faffing around. No, Shelley, you don't need to know your time of birth. That's for astrology. Where the planets all make the differences. Mine is just numbers. I do need your full name. So I need your date of birth and your name. And your name at birth, because that's who you actually are. Like, my name's changed. I'm a serial bride. My name's changed a few times. So it's got to be your name at birth. That's how that works.
Yeah. Okay, so how are we going on time tonight? We've got a bit of time to do some readings, or did anyone have any other questions about the numbers before we move on? Lucky you, Annie. Shelley says.
There's stories behind all of them, Shelley. Can you have
Okay, there you go. No, Claudia, we do our live streams every fortnight, and in between those, Annie does a monthly general tarot reading, and you'll see meditations pop up, and yeah, so we do a few other things, but the lives are fortnightly.
The December reading is going to happen on Monday. given that it's the 28th of November, I thought I'd best get my finger out. So it'll happen on Monday. And that's just a general reading for the month coming. And then we've got one more live after this one where we've got a guest. We've got Nate. And Kerrie, me and Nate are just going to do readings. So there you go. Kerrie, do you want to do Wendy?
Yes. Oh, nice. So, Wendy, the Eight of Cups came out for you, and I don't know if you can see these cards. I love these cards. Now you can see she's got a cup there sitting behind her, and it's like but you see the sunrise in the ahead of her there in the photo. So she's leaving something behind, and she's walking towards the sun. So what Spirit is saying to me about this is you've been doing a lot of work to let go of some things that you may have been carrying with you over a period of time, and you are actually setting those down and leaving them behind you, which is great, because look where you're going, straight into that beautiful sunrise, so great new things are going to be coming in, and they're really pleased with the work that you have done, where you have let some of those, now it could be physical things, it could be people, that you've let some things go and you've released them from you. You're no longer focusing on that, you're focusing on the good energy and things moving forward. And I just see some great things and opportunities coming in for you around that. So well done on that work.
Marianne, what I've pulled for you is clarity. It feels very much like there's been some fog around you. And I just feel like things are going to start to become clearer for you. It's like you're going to see things through a different lens and from a different viewpoint. And it's sometimes this stuff is about be objective. It's like sometimes you can get too close to situations. So this is really around step back and the clarity will come. Kerrie Myrtle.
Yes, so Myrtle, the message for Rod. And if you can see this card, King of Pentacles. And they're saying that that this actually represents him. So now with this particular card, it is saying that they've been really working hard towards things, and that is that stability and that environment is very much there, and they're settled. But they've also got, and you can see that beautiful dog beside them as well. So a lot of loyalty coming from this person and around them, and being comfortable in being able to discern who is authentic and who is not being authentic around them. Now, this isn't quite the traditional meaning of the card, but what I'm going through here is what Spirit is actually giving me, and trusting their discernment of other people's intention and what they're bringing in. So that is very strong, but to know that they are protected, looked after, and they're in a very stable, calm place.
Nate, I went to my Rebecca Campbell cards for you, and this is saying that you're a starseed, and it's saying what lights you up. And what I've just, for the first time ever, noticed on this card is there's the 5. And the 5 is all about adventures. I said that to whoever it was, a couple of people in there who are 5s. You're the risk takers. The 5 is all about, it's like wish upon a star and then just do it. Just do it. Don't be scared. The other thing around this card that's also, like every time I look at my cards, I see something different. So around you in this card, I have a really, really strong female energy. A really strong female energy. But you've got a whole tribe. You have a whole soul tribe that is now passed over and moved on. And they're all surrounding you. And all I can hear is this round of applause. It's like, yay, you go, Nate. So there you go, my lovely.
Okay, so Fiona, this is interesting. It looks like you're going to be off on an adventure here. So what I'm feeling when this comes through and what I'm hearing from spirit is that you're sort of packed and ready to go. And that you're heading towards a new adventure and a new journey. But this isn't something that you haven't thought about for a while. I feel like you've got everything sorted for where you're moving through to. So now it's about just trusting. Because you're definitely on the way. You've got other people following through with you. So I feel like there's going to be other people around you supporting you as well. But this is very much an adventure moving forward for you. So embrace that because there's a great energy around it. And don't fear the unknown, they're saying. Don't fear the unknown because I just get such good energy around what's coming through, and it's definitely adventure. So even if this is a bit of a holiday and you're sort of going, oh, I hope this will go okay, because it does feel like I'm definitely, it's not just an adventure in what's happening around you, it's actual movement that's happening here. So if it's an actual holiday, you might be going, oh, I wonder if we're going to the right place or if this is the right time. Absolutely, because it's just going to be moving you forward, bring in a new energy, and you're going to bring that energy back with you. So enjoy this time.
Elijah, I got 2 cards for you. The first one says go outside. It's time to go outside. Tune into the powerful peace of nature wherever you are and feel at one with your habitat. I just feel you've been very much inside yourself, and it feels like you've been doing a lot of work on yourself. And the result of that is a celebration. Get ready to let your hair down and celebrate. It's time to go out to dance and play. An invitation could be on the way. I just feel like you've been all hunkered up somewhere, and it's time for you to. I know it's not. You're not going to be able to go and smell the roses in Tennessee at this time of year, but it's time to get out and enjoy being outside. And for me, that's about be out and be free.
Donna, for you, my guides just said they wanted me to change cards. So I've gone across to the angel cards, and what they're saying to you is this card's come in around sacred source, right? So they're saying to you that we, your angels, are here to remind you of your magnificence. You are literally an angel in the making, a being of eternal love and light, forever one with God, Goddess, and all of creation. So they're saying stop doubting anything. If you're doing any work in this space, if you're meditating, if you're feeling like you're getting more and more instincts around things, they're saying trust that. Trust what you're being given because you are being guided. You're very much open to receiving these messages, and more is coming through. So they're encouraging you to continue with that path.
Ray, I hope you were listening to what Kerrie has just said, because the card I've pulled for you is intuition. And it feels very much like this happens all the time. It's you're getting the same messages. And that's because we join your energy together. So you're all kind of picking up on the same stuff. But this is saying that it's like you're coming alive. It's like there's been a kickstart and you're coming alive. And again, with our 9s, we're getting to the end of the year, we're getting to a completion. So this feels like all of a sudden you're listening. I think maybe your guides have been with you for some time, but you haven't been listening. And all of a sudden, you're all lit up and it's listening. And for you, it's just about just trusting and believing in yourself.
Gail, I just had 2 cards come out for you that both jumped, but it's interesting how intertwined they are. Well, when I say interesting, it's not really, because, you know, that's how this actually works. Okay, so what your angels and guides are telling you at the moment is this is around clarity, right? So you're definitely doing work in this space, and they're saying that when you close your eyes and you're breathing in, what you're breathing in, you're bringing in a lot of blue, which is great because it's all around communication. So they're showing me that color blue. That for me is around communication, and this agrees with it. And they're saying, you know, you're becoming aware as you're doing that. You're connecting with your environment. You're feeling the breeze come through. You're feeling the energy and the connectedness to everything around you, and you're gaining clarity in that interconnectivity, which is really, really great work. In doing this, you are opening up some new gifts. So there's areas that you've worked in that you feel really comfortable with because they're familiar to you, but they're saying, please don't fear the unknown, because new spiritual gifts are being opened to you. So don't fear them. Trust your guides and angels, because they're moving into you and they're expanding the gifts that you are currently working with. So trust of what's coming through. And it may feel, and it's funny, I just looked at the card and it says unfamiliar territory. And previously I said, what is familiar to you? You know, you usually work in that space and it feels comfortable. Maybe this feels a bit unfamiliar, and am I getting this right? Or it's a new area. Trust it, okay? Don't fear it, because this is a new area that a new calling. That's what they just gave me. This is a new calling that your guides are drawing you to.
Fiona, for you, I got pause. It says, it's just like step back and stop for a moment. And I went into, well, what's going on here? Why do we need to pause? And this is talking about justice. So if there's something been happening, it just feels like there's some stuff been happening in your life that may not have been fair or may not have been just. And this is just kind of, I'm getting this feeling that if you just sit back and wait, it'll all sort itself out and justice will be done. So that whatever it is that needs to happen will happen. And you just need to take a step back and breathe, because it's all that I've got my truth tingles, and it's just saying, you got this, girl. We're with you. Your guides are with you. It's being sorted out. So just let it go, let it flow, and wait and see what happens, because it's all going to be okay.
Okay, so Fiona, for you, what the spirit guides are coming through with, and I'll show you the cards because it definitely resonates with what they're saying to me, which is good validation. The cards that's come up is determination, right? So this is asking you, and they're saying, set your intentions. As you set your intentions, don't get too worried about when is this going to happen, when is this going to happen, because it's putting you back into that space of lack. So they're asking you to surrender, right? So they're saying, yes, be determined. You want the perseverance. Keep trying and keep practicing what you're trying to get. And I feel like this is a new skill that you're working on right now and a new development. So they're saying, Jess, have the perseverance, because it is going to lead to a really positive outcome for you. But they also want you to surrender your expectations around this. Like, rather than expecting it to be a certain thing, allow it to go with the flow, because that's going to lead you in the right direction. But again, this is a new skill that I feel is coming in for you. And it's something that you've been working on and saying, oh, I'm not quite getting this. I'm not quite getting that. And I'm hearing you say that in your head. And they're saying, no, surrender. You know, you're determined to get it right, but surrender. Don't put as much pressure on yourself with this, because it is going to come. Go with the flow, go with the energy, because the right path and the right time, right, the right time for this is going to move you forward.
Kerrie, who was that reading for?
That was for Fiona.
Okay, so I'm now at Esther.
Mm-hmm.
They move so fast that I lose the plot.
Yeah.
So Esther. Miss Esther, you are on the ideal course of action. What I'm hearing is you've kind of changed course, you've changed direction. It feels like you've sat yourself down and you've visualized what you want the next chapter of your life to look like. And it just feels like the steps that you're taking at the moment are going to take you where you need to go. So stay on that path. It's just, again, I've got this. It's like I've got a fairy castle, and it's like the path is going to lead you to the space where your dreams will come true. That's very much how it feels. So stay on that path.
Shelley, what's coming through for you from Spirit is, and it does match in with the card. So the card that came out was diversity. What the guides are actually coming through with here is you're a very unique person, and they want you to appreciate your uniqueness and what you bring to everything, because you really are. So they're definitely saying, this, celebrate that. They just put up balloons and streamers and all sorts of things. Celebrate that. You do see things differently to a lot of other people, but it's a gift. It's actually a gift, that you can see things in a different way. So they want you to celebrate that. And they're saying, trust in your angels, right? Trust in your angels, because they're there to nurture you and support you. And they're also doing some healing work with you again. And they're saying, trust in that healing power of love, because love will really, if you focus on that energy, right? And I really feel like this is to do with self-care. Again, they're taking me back to that, celebrate the unique and beautiful and gifted person that you are, because you really are. And sometimes you don't give yourself enough acknowledgement, recognition. What I'm trying to hear the right word that they're saying to me here. But you don't recognize it in yourself enough. You sort of, if you get a compliment, it feels like you say, oh, yeah, and you sort of pass it off. Maybe you don't like receiving compliments, but they're saying, you know what, embrace it, because you deserve it, and allow that to become part of your energy, because you are a beautiful, unique person. You work from a place of love, and you have these beautiful, unique gifts, and trust in that energy that surrounds you with that, because it's all around the nurturing and protecting and that beautiful person that you are. So trust in that. Accept the compliments too, because you deserve them. Sorry, Annie.
Yes, the correct response to a compliment is thank you. That's the correct response. Write that down, Miss Shelley. Thank you. That's what you say. Isabella, what I've got for you is assurance. Now, I've got the fairy of the Northern Lights, which is one of my fairies because that's where I come from. And the fairy of the Northern Lights is saying to you, open your eyes and see the magic. The fairy of the Northern Lights says, the magic's all around you in nature. And as you are part of nature, you are magical too. And that assurance, this is about get yourself grounded. It's also about believe in yourself. Now, I've got all these little elves and fairies and sprites up this tree. So this is very much, for me, this is about grounding. It's about family. It's about believing in yourself and knowing your self-worth, and be assured that the things that are coming for you, you deserve. My thing around this is you only get what you think you deserve. So if you think you deserve really good things, that's what will come to you. Be assured that it's coming.
Ray, what I've got around you at the moment is the angel card that came out for you was Think Global. So what they're actually saying is you have this incredible ability to understand that ripple effect, the butterfly effect that they refer to, like what happens here affects there, affects there, affects there. And your vision is actually quite global in your understanding around that. Now, if you're not writing at the moment, because now they're showing me a book, so that, they're saying think outside the square here. You're a citizen of the world, so expand that vision, because you can share your gifts with the world. Now, then they're showing me a writing. So if you're not writing at the moment, I feel like you need to sit down and journal, or if you are journaling, what you're writing needs to be shared. Okay, so that's the message for you, because I really feel like this higher level of understanding and connectedness and a global vision that you have needs to be shared with other people, right? It needs to be shared globally. So if you're journaling right now, or if you're not journaling right now, please spend some time sitting and just allowing yourself to write whatever you're thinking about, because it's very much this vision within you, and that vision expanding, writing it down and sharing it with other people. So that's the message that the angels have for you.
Carla. So, catch your breath. I'm getting a lot of pauses here. Catch your breath. This is all about growth and abundance and change coming. And these are all the colors of the harvest. And the second one that fell out of the pack, jumped out of the pack, says bountiful harvest. I just feel like for some time you've been working really hard, but it just feels like you haven't been getting the results that you want. So obviously you're resonating on 888 at the moment, because catch your breath. It's coming. It's coming. This, I feel, it's well deserved. And it feels like this will be better than you ever imagined. Like I've got fireworks going off, and I've got streamers, and I've got all sorts of stuff. It's like, wow, wow, wow. But this is something that you've worked really hard to get. So just enjoy the moment. Just sit back and say, yes, I so deserve this. I have worked my arse off. So I don't know what it is, but have fun.
And Fiona, two cards, they told me to switch back cards, so I'm back to the Light Seers Tarot now for you. So Fiona, what they've brought through is, and I laughed because they both jumped at the same time, and I said, well, which one was first and which one was second? They said it doesn't matter because these two go back and forth. So that's what they're describing. So I'm going to give them to you both at exactly the same time. Now, one is the Temperance card. Oh, hang on, let me go the other way. One is the Temperance card, and the other one here, oh, if you can, I haven't got my camera right tonight. There you go. See that one? You can see the party going on with this one. That's the Four of Wands for that one. Now, what they're saying is they're talking about the balance in your life. So you are doing some work on trying to remain balanced and keeping balanced, and you've almost, so you're not quite at hermit. Temperance is more around looking inside yourself and connecting with your higher self and doing that. But they've also got you celebrating here as well. right? So you're in really good company and celebrating things. So it feels like they want you to keep balance. So you've got a lot of things coming up, a lot of events coming up, and that's great with all of that. But sometimes that will really drain your energy. So they also want you to connect with your higher self and just keep the balance between connecting with your higher self and all the outward energy that's going to be coming up. And I feel like this is something that's playing out over the next 4, 5, 6 weeks for you. Look, which makes sense. We've got the Christmas season coming up and, of course, New Year's, etc. But they're saying they still want you to take this time here, right? Time out, because it's the yin and the yang. So, again, they want that balance. And it's funny because if you look at it, there's sort of an 8 in here as well. So your intentions, be mindful of your intentions. Put those great intentions out there. There's going to be lots of celebrations and things going on around you. But again, keep that balance.
And I've got 2 cards for you. The first one is about purity. I feel you've got so many questions in your head. And this card says, look into your heart and you'll find the answer to your questions. For me, that one is like, this whole card is pink and it's all heart stuff. And it's like, you need to, your other card is the big picture. And it just feels like you need to look at the big picture. Don't focus on all the little tiny things. It's very much about your heart needs some healing, and all the answers to your questions are in there. And be gentle with yourself. Be really, really gentle with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for you to gather yourself. I just feel that, if you have a look at this card, this is the earth and this is about growth and change. And I've also got rainbows happening. So there's been so many big shifts have happened, but the growth is there. And if you look into your heart, look at the lessons, and then trust that as part of the big picture, it's going to be okay. I got a lot of sadness around you, but
Annie, yeah, I didn't realise that was the last one. So when I sort of looked up, I thought it was the next card. So look, I just want to say the angels from this side as well. If you see the 4 of Cups, what the angels are saying to you is, I think you seem to be going over and over in your mind of things that may not have gone the way you wanted them to, or where you think maybe you let yourself down or someone else has let you down, and that the focus is there. But what they want you to do is see on the other side here, over here, see down the bottom here, how there's a cup here that's beautiful and it's full. They want you to turn your focus away from this and you're thinking back into what's positive and what's there, because there's so much good coming in. They just want you to refocus a little bit instead of going over and over things in your mind. And it's given to you with much love, because if you see there's a hand there bringing in this beautiful cup full of light. They're saying that's your guides and your angels and your ancestors and your loved ones that have passed over, completely surrounding you and saying, look, here's our love and here's our support. Focus on this good energy that's around you right now. It'll make a big difference, and it'll bring in a lot more. It'll align you with positive things opening up for you. So I hope that that helps you right now.
Okay, peeps, We've got somebody actually sending friend me requests. I've tried to block them, but there's a few of them may have got through. If you get things saying his name is Malachi, and it's saying send me a friend request for your accurate reading, love, you're going to get a lot of them. He's obviously hacked into our stuff. Please just ignore them, because a lot of these guys want money, and we don't do that, and we don't encourage it. So just don't respond. If it's not from Harmony for Tranquility, Kerrie, or Celtic Tarot, me, please just ignore them. Just please ignore them, because it's got
Yeah.
nothing to do with us. It's so annoying. Off the
It
top of
really is. And guys, we don't ask for donations on this channel.
no,
We don't ask for your money. We don't private contact you and say, come and do a reading with me or do this. Look, we might from time to time say, if you would like to do this, just contact Annie or contact Kerrie, but we will not private message to solicit anything from you, ever.
Shelley, I don't know if you were here when I did my angel meditation, but if you visualize when you're lying down, visualize angel hands on your feet and angel energy coming up through your body. Um, and when you get to the areas of pain, keep the energy there and ask for heat, light, and love. The other thing too is before you move, stretch. So that's the other thing. And the third thing is if you're trying to stand up, clench your buttocks and pull your core muscles in your tummy in, and then stand. Don't just try and stand without holding your core really, really tight. But in the morning before you get out of bed, you know when your cat stretches like this, or your doggy gets up and stretches like this. If my back's, it's stuffed. I'm 6 foot tall and all that kind of stuff, and that's what I have to do. I have to do all these really gentle stretches to get me moving, and that from sitting to standing, that's all about holding tight. And we will send you healing. So if everybody on here,
100%.
if you're doing a meditation, please send Shelley some beautiful healing. That would be lovely. And can you send Anne some too? That would be lovely as well. I'd be really grateful to do that too.
Yeah, yeah. And do reach out, everyone, as well. If you leave a message in our chat group or on the bottom, Annie and I will see it, because Annie and I both do absent healing, where we do our meditations, and from the energy that we build up, we ask our angels to take that energy to certain people that we then bring to mind through our absent healing, but also then to take it on to surround Mother Earth so that she can draw on it for her healing as well. So we both do absent healing. So if ever you need that or would like to ask for someone else, it's good to know a name, and if you can, what the ailment is, because we name it, right? And we ask healing for, this particular thing. So please let us know.
I sit in a meditation group on a Wednesday. Myrtle, who's on here, is also in that meditation group.
Mm-hmm.
We have a healing book. And when we write people's names in the healing book. So that's another collective energy. And our reader, Stacey, reads out the names, and we stop and send healing out to all the people who are in our healing book. So I'll stick you in our healing book as well, Shelley, on Wednesday night.
Yeah, and we just got a late request, Claudia. Shelley. Oh yeah, Claudia's been so lovely, and she's so supportive of everyone else in chat. And we've just popped a message up. Can I have a reading? And yes, darling, of course you can. Right. So I'm going to jump in and say what the angels are saying to you is achievement. Right. So they're saying you're very busy. Right. You're very busy with what you do, and they're saying, but take a little time to appreciate when you achieve something and go, yeah, gee, I did a good job with that. I'm really proud of myself for that. They want you to acknowledge your achievements, because it's sometimes, quite easy to forget, where you started from and how far you've actually come, and what you've worked through, what you've learnt, along the way, and how far you've moved. So they're really encouraging you to, you're going through this extraordinary journey in life, and you're actually achieving some incredible things. And what they're saying to you is, acknowledge that, give yourself that pat on the back, because you actually deserve it. Right? So give yourself that moment before you're jumping onto the next busy thing that you're off doing. Okay? So give yourself that moment.
Claudia, I pulled one as well because you were so good and so patient. And what it says is a happy move. This movement will usher in positive new energy, which exactly is what Kerrie's just said. So you can do a happy dance because there's a happy move coming. That'll help with your back as well. Okay, my lovelies.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
So next fortnight is our first birthday party. Hooray! I can't believe it's been 12 months. So join us for that. We're not going to do a spiritual chat or a spiritual topic night at all. Pure reading night with our wonderful guest, Nate, who's going to be joining us for that. Thank you, Nate, for coming along for that. And so we'll all just be doing a pure reading night that night. Then on the 21st of December, we're going to do a replay of the Uluru healing meditation. Now, that's a really, really, really powerful meditation where it connects everybody, right? It energizes the ley lines across on the song lines across our planet, right? And lights everything up for the planet's healing. So it's a beautiful time to do that on solstice. We did it last year. So we thought that the meditation worked really, really well last year in telling the story of Uluru and bringing that in. So we're not going to redo it. We're going to replay it. But I'll probably be in chat beforehand and afterwards to catch up with you all. So that will be on the 21st.
Yeah, and you can catch up with my December tarot reading on Monday. Probably somewhere mid-morning before I see Nate. Yeah. In between getting my nails done and getting pillow wad, I shall be doing my thing. Oh,
Shelley, we would definitely come to visit you. Annie, we're going to Gladstone. Maybe we need to do a road trip to Alice and go and meet Shelley, the beautiful Shelley.
Kerrie, I've been married enough times. I don't want divorced again. But I would. I've flown over the top of Alice. And literally, though, to get to Alice, I would prefer to parachute out with my tarot cards on my back because it's such a long drive. Anyway, do an Australian road trip. What, do you want to come and live with my husband while I do that? Because he doesn't like being by himself.
Yeah. Well, I often joke and call myself your second wife. I'm around you so often. He puts up with me stealing you away from him all the time. He's got to.
When we go to Gladstone, we're taking the sound bed, the Aura camera, our cards. What else are we taking? We're taking everything. We're taking
everything. Yeah, workshops and
what's even worse is we're taking his car because
leaving him without the car. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, not only am I abandoning him, I'm stealing his car to do it. That's true love, that is. Anyway, my lovely, I'm toddling off.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe, people, if you haven't already.
And we'll see you in a fortnight.
See you in a fortnight. Bye.
Bye, everybody.